15th, on this day in 1817. That was because that was the day people opened the American School for the Deaf. It is the oldest permanent school for the deaf here in the U.S. But as we talk about the National American Sign Language Day, accessibility is still a big problem in the U.S. and worldwide. According to the World Federation for the Deaf, only 1 to 2% of people who are deaf get an education via ASL. And the Washington Post reported nearly 1 million people in the U.S. do not have accessible severe weather information from their local meteorologists. I want to bring in meteorologist Robert Gauthreaux. Robert, I know you know American Sign Language. You were showing a little bit tonight as far as, weather. You used to do it at some point, provide that service I guess to viewers in other parts of the country where you live.
I did, because closed captioning is everywhere, but sometimes it's really just not the best way to convey information. At least it's there, but especially in the changing environment with severe weather, when we're wall to wall, sometimes things pop up in closed captioning. Even with the live captioner, sometimes it just doesn't cut it. Not to mention, a lot of people who are deaf don't necessarily learn. It's harder. They learn English differently than we do. American Sign Language is its own language. It's different than English, and so sometimes it's just hard to make that connection. There's a little disconnect, and so thankfully that piece today in the Washington Post points out a lot of the problems some meteorologists are doing to fix that.
You kind of gave a test tonight at the news center. Lightning is what?
Lightning,
okay.
Kind of jagged. And then, here's rain or heavy rain, but like thunderstorm would be kind of a combination of the two signs. It's heavy rain, lightning, that sort of thing.
And then tornado or hurricane?
Tornado, I think there are a couple different ways. Tornado, hurricane, that's the letter H in sign language, so hurricane. I don't know what grapple is, though. So, snow pellets.
Yeah, understood. Hey, it was nice today. This evening.
Windy.
Yes, it was windy as well.
Very windy.
Backed off a little bit on the wind tonight.
It's starting to ease back. Could be a little bit breezy again tomorrow. We've noticed a few more counties earlier today, which were under the wind advisory. Wind gusts now, they're lower, but we did have a wind gust about 28 miles per hour at the airport in Dayton recently, and that was higher. We had wind gusts in the mid-30s, upper 30s. I think it was Wapakoneta, which had a wind gust earlier today near 40 miles per hour, so it definitely was a windy day. It started off beautiful with lots of sunshine, but the cloud cover came in, and some of the showers have come in as well. We're seeing some showers now. Wind gusts into tomorrow, they're going to ease back in the morning, but it could be a little bit windy tomorrow. I don't think as windy as today, but you can see by, say, about 6 o'clock tomorrow, some wind gusts up to 25, maybe edging near 30 miles per hour, so a little bit breezy. And, yeah, we're a little wet, too. No thunderstorms, but we do have some showers across the Miami Valley. And we probably have a few more coming as well. If we zoom out, you can see some shower activity off toward the west. It's wetter, though, down toward the south. If you follow the Ohio River all the way down, you can see some showers and thunderstorms, and we might see a little bit of this coming up across our area. As far as rain is concerned, again, I'm not really expecting a rumble of thunder or anything like that. This will continue overnight into the morning hours on Saturday. Closer to noon, though, we should see this kind of dry out a little bit, and then some sunshine by tomorrow. So maybe a wet morning, depending where you are. Just keep that in mind. Also, we're looking at the cloud cover. Beautiful sunshine today, but now we're back to the cloud cover. You'll probably see it break up a little bit. Looks like there is kind of a line breaking up slightly near Dayton off to the west, but we definitely do have the cloud cover. We're going to keep that with us into the overnight hours. Temperatures now in the 50s. It's still 59 degrees in Dayton, 57 in Troy, and looks like 60 degrees in Wilmington, so still warm there. And we did get up to the 70s today. We got up to about 71 degrees, and there's a live look at the radar again, but at least as far as high temperatures today, you can see several places did reach the 70s, a couple places stayed in the 60s, but it was a rather warm day. In fact, you compare the temperature now to this time yesterday, still a little bit warm. We're about 10 degrees warmer than 11 o'clock last night. So a bit of a warm day. Temperature trend, too, over the next several hours, or days, I should say. It's actually below average. We're typically about 64 degrees, give or take, this time of year. But you'll notice into the weekend and even the beginning of next week, high temperatures are going to be in the 50s. So the coldest day is Easter Sunday, high of only 52. But we are a little bit cooler than average moving into next week. And the weekend should be pretty dry, except tomorrow morning and what we're seeing right now. Let me show you here in the Futurecast. Here's a look at 5:30. You still see some rain across the region, and then in the later morning hours a bit. But here's a look at 1 o'clock, 1:30, looking at some clear skies. So Saturday should actually be pretty nice. Just a little bit wet in the morning, perhaps in a few areas. Still staying mostly clear Sunday morning, and then It's going to be cold too. Temperatures in the 30s. So if you're waking up early, like 6 a.m., coldest part of the day likely, that's when we're going to see some pretty chilly conditions, I would say. Getting close to 30, 29 degrees or so. Mostly clear skies. And then the cloud cover comes in by the evening. So overall, not a bad weekend. Just a little bit on the cool side and a wet start. So as we move into Monday, 55, chance of showers then, a little bit breezy on Tuesday. Notice temperatures still in the 30s until we get to the middle part of the week, where temperatures return more seasonable, might even see the 70s by Friday. So again, not a bad weekend, just a little bit of rain to start off your Saturday, and then a little bit frosty for your Easter morning. Keep that in mind. It's mid-April, but you might see some places reaching the upper 20s across the Miami Valley. James?
All right, Robert, thank you. A piece of Dayton history is on the International Space Station tonight. So is that man from Dayton, and when he gets back, Caroline Park's going to show it off, along with his interview that you're going to want to be able to check out. The Park said it's so important for our aviation history.